मैं जब से वापस आया हूँ मुझे लोग यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट लेवल घर दिखा रहे हैं। चल क्या रहा है? Like how has Gurgaon become so fucking rich?
It's only because of the cyber hub and everything, and सारा inflation है, ठीक है? ये एक हमारे wealthy neighbor है यहाँ पे, he's got a G-Wagon, he's got a Porsche 911, ये
तो नहीं लिए।
हाँ, ये भी है, एक G-Wagon भी है।
911 Carrera S.
Yes.
Nice. ये वाला है। बाबा। What does he do?
सारे ही धंधा करते हैं यहाँ पे तो।
सब smuggler है।
सब।
The company is also wanted, like the automotive company is also wanted. The consumer also kind of just wanted that as well.
That was the deal. Actually, it is about what you feed the consumer and how you're able to alter their thought process as to what they need rather than what they want.
You also run one of the biggest, I would say, is it the biggest? The die-cast club?
Well,
or the die-cast community in India?
That's another interesting story because my love for cars came and evolved out of collecting scale model cars. The small ones, you know, the 1:64, the Hot Wheels.
The Hot Wheels.
Correct. Then we used to have the made in England Matchbox, made in Great Britain Corgi, made in France Tomicas, made in France Majorettes, and made in Japan Tomicas. Today everything is made in Vietnam, China, Thailand, Indonesia. You know, that thing is gone.
Meet my friend Vineet Bakhshi, very old friend. Don't go by his white hair or mine.
No, but the white hair actually signifies the age. So yeah, ठीक है यार.
ठीक है यार. So for those of you who don't know, welcome to Verified, where me and my friends just drive around in a car, in a fancy car, and talk about life.
Life in general.
Life in general. What matters in life.
And what it means to be alive.
And what it means to be alive. Absolutely. So Vineet, welcome. Thank you so much for taking your time and doing this.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to catch up with
us. We've got this nice car matching with your vibe.
Our vibe, baby. Both of us are car guys, so yeah.
Both of us are car guys. What do you think about the color? It goes with our hair color?
I think it matches it perfectly. It's a silver grey. You know what it is? When you reach that certain age, you want that sophisticated look. You want that classy kind of an image. It's dignified and it's certified, and like the name of your show implies, it's verified.
Wow. What a plug-in. See, that is why I have like such amazing creative friends over here. Vineet and I have known each other for a very long time. For those of you who don't know, Vineet is also one of the OG automotive journalists.
I guess you could say that.
Producer, journalist,
producer, anchor,
fanboy, anchor.
Yes.
Everything. And you used to be in Z.
Yes, that was way back. I joined Z in 1999 as a creative director for the Z network, where we launched a bunch of their new channels and things like that. जब satellite television की boom चल रही थी. You know, they were just coming up and people were launching channels left, right and center, pumping money in and all that kind of stuff. So there, tab us time pe, there was no car and bike show, review show or anything like that for TV.
Correct.
There were always those magazines, Car and Bike and Bike.
Which they still are.
Yeah. But yeah, there was nothing on video.
Yeah.
So we started, and I'm proud to say, India's first review show for TV, which was called Velocity. WHEELO-CITY.
City.
Yeah,
Yes.
Velocity. But yeah. So
that was even before, like a lot of you guys, maybe you're watching it new over here. That was even before, you know, the car and bike shows and, you know, the wheel spins of the world.
Like you rightly said, and all, it was the first one and all. I think it was a brilliant time to be alive at that point in time. Where one journalist would get one car and they could keep it for as long as they want, and not like today.
2 hour reviews.
अरे यार होता ही नहीं है ना आज की डेट में. अगर कोई भी गाड़ी देता है रिव्यू के लिए, there's 3 other journalists sitting with you and everybody is taking their You've got your timeshare.
Yes.
How much time you're allowed behind the wheel and give your bites and do your reviews and all. And anyway, but such is life. They only have so many cars and only so much time. But yeah, those are the good old days when they just give you a car and say, now do what you want. Yeah. And we would get to keep the car for a few weeks and put the show out and things like that. And it was an amazing time to be alive.
It was a very analog time as well.
Absolutely. I think for us living and having gone through the whole transition from the analog to the digital age where we are right now was really brilliant to see the way things are changing, to see how much we've progressed in such a short span of time. I miss those days, man.
And you were saying something when we sat inside the GLC. You were saying, "Yaar, इस गाड़ी में क्या है?
क्या नहीं है इस गाड़ी में?"
हाँ,
is the thing and all. I mean, you look at this car. It's so brilliant on the outside, but even when you get on the inside, it's like it's wearing a pinstripe suit, man.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That is so effing cool.
Yeah.
Leather here, leather there, makes you feel rich even just being
Sitting
in the
inside
company. Yes, of course. You feel like, what have I done to deserve this? Whatever it is, it must be good. And for me, I can say that yes, at this time and all, it's thanks to you.
So not a cliche question here, but since we spoke from 1999 to now,
Right.
which is almost more than 25 years now,
Sure.
right? And you've driven Mercedes during that era as well.
Yes.
in India.
Yes.
How far do you think these guys have come? Like just Mercedes-Benz.
I think they've had to sort of reinvent themselves, because at that point in time, we remember that Audi wasn't in officially. Even BMW had yet to come in, but Mercedes, they were always the OG cars. If you want to show someone that you've arrived, even before you were seen, park the three-pointed star in front of your house and all, and that's it. This is the guy, and this guy's got something. So yeah, Mercedes that way have really maintained their image, and it's a very sophisticated car with pedigree. And pedigree is what is very, very important. I mean, BMWs are great. They're great fun machines to drive. They're fast. They're everything. But comfort, nothing beats a Mercedes. Nothing beats a
and the
Mercedes.
pedigree.
Ah, yes. Pedigree
The Indian pedigree.
Of course. Like when you talk about a sports car or anything and all, the first thing that comes to your name, or the first name that comes to your mind, is a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Although the Lambos and whatever, but it's always a Ferrari. You will see Ferrari.
Porsches even. Porsches are good.
Yes, but you won't see a Porsche sticker on an auto.
Yeah, that's
You won't see, them all over the place. So even the auto guys know what it means to have the prancing horse.
Yeah, like how Sebastian Vettel says, everybody's a Ferrari fan.
Everybody is a Ferrari fan, whether you love them or hate them and all. But yeah, it's the power of the brand, and it's something about those cars, the way they look, the way they feel, the way they sound. It's just something else.
So let's move a little forward. You worked the OG TV automotive show. We talked about like how life was different back then, now analog to digital. And then you saw a plethora of shows come in.
Sure.
You've seen that era as well.
Yeah.
What was the competition like?
Competition. I think at that point in time when the new guys came in, and especially all the YouTube started getting more and more attention, and we started going from satellite to digital. And let's say the rise of independent creators and influencers who are all the rage now, and they earn more money than anybody else. But yeah, at that point in time, it was interesting to see the whole shift. And how people with even limited resources and limited reach were still, trying to create content in an alternative way. Alternative way, when I say it's very different. Now, for me, it's always been about the soul of the car. Not about what it has, but it's about how it makes you feel. And for a lot of the people at that point in time, it was always about like a video brochure. They wouldn't really tell you how does it feel to live with this car? How does it feel to experience this particular car?
Can you live with this car for the next 5 years?
Oh yes.
They can't tell you that.
They can't tell you that because they did not really have that kind of a knowledge base, or that their motives were different. It was about how to promote the vehicle rather than giving a fair enough view. But there were a couple of shows and all that came out. I forget their names and all. They were brilliantly done, cinematic style editing, and fantastic stuff.
Good storytelling.
Good storytelling, something on the lines of Top Gear. But Top Gear has always been about entertainment and not so much about the car. But that had a mix of both. I forget the name of the name of the show, but those were really brilliant. But apart from those couple of shows, most of them were just about going from one place to the other. कितनी boot space है, कितना luggage डाल लो, 4 बंदे बिठा लो, इसमें क्या features हैं, and all of those things, which really did not appeal to me as a consumer. But anyway, that was my take on it.
But do you think like the companies also wanted, like the automotive companies also wanted, the consumer also kind of just wanted that as well?
That was the deal. Actually, it is about what you feed the consumer and how you're able to alter their thought process as to what they need rather than what they want. You see, if today, what is it about? Instagram Reels, Shorts and things like that. They create that want in you more than anything else. Today, it's all about show and tell. If you are someone, it's because of what you drive, what you wear, what you show, how you propagate your being, not about the absolute thing. Today, everything is relative. It's always a comparison.
What made you like ultimately move out of automotive? You were like, हो गया बस बहुत, मैं नहीं कर रहा अब automotive journalism और I'm done with this.
Honestly, so Z was one place where we started Velocity. Then 2007, I moved to this new network being launched, the 9X network.
Yes.
And so I joined NewsX as a creative director. And then we started another show there called Living Cars, which was also a first. Then I left that.
Shams was also with you.
Yes.
Shams was
there, Shweta was there, a couple of the old guys were there, all nice people. And then I moved out from there. I started my own production house called Grasshopper Media. And then I was freelancing with ET Now in another show called Top Speed, which I was doing with another friend of mine, Rajiv Mitra.
Correct.
Right.
Top
And
Speed came after Zig Wheels.
yes. So
All these names, guys, go search them on YouTube. You'll probably find, all of us there.
all of us there.
all of us,
All
old,
of us.
old folks there.
All of us there.
But yeah, आजकल तो YouTube का ज़माना है. Yeah, please carry on. Yeah, you were saying.
So when I was doing a shoot for the Honda Mobilio, I got hit by a Tata 407. And I wasn't driving. We'd just given some shots for the Mobilio, and it was 5:30 in the morning on the Noida Mahamaya Expressway. And I was just reviewing the shots outside the car, and on the side of the road, I think the guy must have fallen asleep at the wheel, came and rammed into me, and that was that. And multiple fractures, 8 fractures. Totally out of, I was battered. I was lucky to make it out from there alive. Then when you come to that whole recuperation phase and things like that, trying to recover everything and all, uske baad I never really got back to it. Let's just say that. It just took a lot of time to recover and things like that. Then I got more into direction. Rather than being in front of the camera, I got behind the camera. Started directing things and doing all that stuff.
So that was the kind of, you can say, the pivoting point.
That was a pivoting point.
Maybe in life and career both.
Yes, in my career as a auto journalist, definitely, because that was the paradigm shift for me there. But this really didn't make me money. My money was always, running my production house and things like that. So I was able to spend more time there and focus more on creating, meaningful content that would actually give me meaningful revenue.
Absolutely. But you haven't been away from cars.
I have never been away from cars. I mean, it's my first love. Cars,
You also run one of the biggest, I would say, is it the biggest? The die-cast club?
Well,
Or the die-cast community in India?
that's another interesting story because my love for cars came and evolved out of collecting scale model cars. The small ones, the 1:64, the Hot Wheels.
The Hot Wheels.
Correct. But having grown up abroad. I wasn't in India. I only came to India to do my engineering back in '86. But before that, it was always about the collection of scale model cars. So that time we used to have the made in England Matchbox, made in Great Britain Corgi, made in France Tomicas, made in France Majorettes, and made in Japan Tomicas. Today everything is made in Vietnam, China, Thailand, Indonesia. You know, that thing is gone. So what when I came here, we noticed that only Hot Wheels was available in India, and the other stuff was just imports.
Correct.
So Mattel would sell these.
My store would also come from outside. Yeah.
So this was done in collaboration with a company called Leo Toys. So Leo and Mattel got together, and there was a 10-year marriage from 1988 till 1998. And they came out with a bunch of these Hot Wheels, Leo Mattel Hot Wheels. And a lot of the guys here I found, still had their memories associated with that, because that point in time, Hot Wheels used to be about 80 rupees. The premium ones, the regular ones were about 39 rupees.
Yeah.
And but a lot of people could not afford them, because back then even 39 rupees or 80
was
rupees,
a lot of money.
It was a lot of money,
yeah,
my friend.
Yeah.
Lot of money. So people had that nostalgia, people had that, and then when the regular Hot Wheels were being sold here, I felt that there was no community. I felt like I was alone. कोई भी नहीं था यहाँ पे, you know, and
जिसके साथ you could share that.
Exactly.
कि, bro, like I got this. Look at this.
यार आजकल क्या है ना, even in those days it was that we wanted to change the narrative, because it was like अब बड़े हो गए हो, ये छोटी छोटी गाड़ियों से खेलोगे. But if you look today and the narrative that we have created today, a Hot Wheels, you could pick out a Hot Wheels from the store for 179 rupees, today's MRP, and we've increased the value so much, and we've made it into a collectible.
Correct.
A collectible is something that 179 rupees ki uthai aapne, and you can immediately the next second sell it for 600 to 800 rupees depending on its rarity.
Correct.
If it's a super treasure hunt, you're looking easily north of 3,500 to 5,000 to XYZ depending on what the casting is.
Correct.
So we created that whole community. I reached out to Mattel. I told them, you know, you're only giving us the basic cars here. You're not, you know, selling us the premium stuff that I used to import from all over the world. So we tied up with them. I worked with their agency and finally convinced them to launch the premium line of cars in India. So because of that, the community as such was very, very happy, because we weren't paying taxes. We could just go and pick them off the shelves, and we could get all the latest stuff that our foreign cousins were getting abroad. You know, which was like, "Acha, tere paas bhi hai? Arey, mere paas bhi hai." At a price that is cheaper than what you would find at the other places. ठीक है, US you can't compare, but Malaysia से सस्ता है, Indonesia से सस्ता है, Vietnam से सस्ता है, and Gulf से तो बहुत ही सस्ता है, बहुत ही सस्ता है यार.
A lot of people who think Gulf में गाड़ियाँ सस्ती हैं.
रियल गाड़ियाँ सस्ती हैं, लेकिन Hot Wheels महंगी है.
महंगी है.
यहाँ पे अगर आपको 179 की मिल रही है, गल्फ में आपको 350-400 रुपए से कम नहीं मिलेगी, और वो भी आपको लेटेस्ट स्टॉक नहीं मिलेगा.
Correct.
India right now for Hot Wheels, great time for main lines. अभी बीच में BIS की वजह से they have some issues and things like that when they stop the supply. But otherwise, yeah, you do get some kick-ass stuff here.
And how big is the community right now?
It's huge.
Like if you have to put a number to it, what would be the number like?
Let me just say, there is a collector born every half a second.
No way.
Yes, it is that big. It is so big, you can't imagine. I mean, all you have to do is just go to Instagram and see, yaar.
Yeah.
Especially down south and all, those guys are mad. Those guys are absolutely mad. North में still थोड़ा सा diluted है, but down south and all, it's amazing. It's amazing the kind of influencers who are putting out content over there, and you know, just starting to amplify the value of a particular product. I think it's going the sneaker way. You know, you buy the OG sneakers and things like that, and before you know it, it's stock out and all, and then जहाँ पे आपकी post आई है कि this is available in this store, वो store की ही post पे नीचे डालेंगे size 8 available. If it is retailing for 11,999 rupees, the same thing is available on sale for 18,999 within 2 hours of it being sold out.
Crazy.
That is the way that Hot Wheels is going today. That is the kind of culture, that is the kind of value that we have created. Now, what happened because of Hot Wheels becoming so out of reach and so popular is that we introduced a lot of other brands into the country also. I was a consultant with this company called, which I helped set up, called Cars and Dolls. And today they're the main distributors for Mini GT, for Auto World, for Johnny Lightning, for Green Light, for Pop Race, for TSM, for Kyosho's, for a lot of other brands that people have not even heard of.
Yeah.
So you would be surprised to know that a 1:64 scale car, which is 3 inches, we get resin models today that retail upwards of 7,000 rupees. And, that's amazing. It's crazy.
So do you think like if somebody wants to get into collection right now,
Yeah.
where do they need to start?
They need to start with the basics first and not go with the hype. They need to collect what they like rather than getting into a competition कि यार उसके पास है मेरे पास नहीं है, even I want it, and pay overinflated prices to scalpers, people who just go and pick up the stuff from the stores and clean the store out before anybody else has a chance to get to the good castings. So yeah, the value has gone up very high simply because the demand is there. I would say keep your wits about you. Don't let FOMO take over your life. Ki, oh my God, I don't have this. I can't sleep at night. Arey, mil jayegi yaar. Build a community, build relationship, get in touch with other collectors. And everybody has तो एक दो तो extra होती है तेरे को चाहिए, somebody likes your face and all, यार वो आके अपने आप ही दे देगा, यार ले कोई बात नहीं, let me make you happy, उस हिसाब से.
Correct.
So just keep your wits about you, don't go into the hype, don't get swayed by अरे भैया आज नहीं ली तो कल नहीं मिलेगी, अरे नहीं यार मिल जाएगी. Because देखो value जो होती है ना, today we value something, tomorrow नई वाली आ जाएगी, यार we'll go on to that. This will dilute in value. जिसको चाहिए होगी ठीक है यार, I need to buy that, I'll get rid of this, little bit of a premium, let me give it off to you guys, खुश रहो, क्या problem है?
So, what is your most treasured
My
1:64
most
Hot Wheel? What is in Vineet's vault that is super rare and close to your heart? Maybe?
Well, so I've always been passionate and crazy about Ferraris. So I have a whole bunch of Ferraris, probably one of the largest collections in the country, or amongst the largest collections in the country, where Hot Wheels is concerned. I have maybe 600-700 Ferraris in Hot Wheels alone, different variations, different wheel variations, different windshield variations. Some of them, if you take a normal one, say for example, if you look at the 458 Italia that is there, it's a Spider. There's a black one with a black base and tan interior. You can get those for about $10. But if you have a black one with a black base and black interiors, that retails for about $80.
Wow.
Just because of the change in the seat that is there, that's rare. But yeah, coming back to your question, what is the rarest thing? The rarest thing in my collection in Hot Wheels, and something that I value a lot, is the oil can set from 2001 with the Enzo and 250 GTO. It's an oil can set, which today is retailing for about $200-$250, and I managed to snag that for about $30. So it's not about paying what the market value is. So as a collector, you have to also be a hunter.
Correct.
You do not have to give in to what people are asking for it. Keep hunting, keep looking for the best deal. I never pay market price. I never ever pay market price.
And when did you get this?
This particular one?
Yeah.
About 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was still, like it was maybe like 10-year-old. 2001, you said.
Yes.
2001. Yeah.
Yes.
So about 15 years old.
Yes.
And you got it for like $30.
$35. Shipped to India.
Shipped to India.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, and because when they were being sold for retail also, those particular sets were going for I think about $10 to $15. But because they were very limited, the value went up to about $200, $250 because nobody was willing to sell them. The value is not about how many pieces being produced, but it's
What
about
is it
how many
valued
are
at
available.
now?
It's around the same, $250 to $280. It all depends on the condition of the box.
Box also, yeah.
The box has to be mint, there has to be no folds, no creases, no lines, no signs of yellowing of the blister
Plastic,
that
yeah.
is there, because with age that usually happens. So it's
Correct.
how carefully you treat it, how good you are with it. लेकिन यार honestly मैं तो खोल खा लेता हूँ मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, because at the end of the day I am not a window shopper.
Yeah.
You know, अगर चीज हाथ में है
तो खोल के
और
देखो
उसका
तो
यार खोल के देखो, फाड़ के
Feel
देखो,
तो लो।
उसके अंदर होना चाहिए ना क्या है क्या नहीं है, because I like to take pictures.
You know, you're probably the only collector I know, and I knew this like before you said it on on the show. You're probably the only collector I know, because sometimes you post photos and I'm like, हाँ यार ये तो बहुत rare है, पर विनीत ने खोल क्यों ली? At times. I used to wonder, right? But I was like, हाँ चलो ठीक है, हो सकता है दो, like who knows, right?
दो भी है, कई बार दो भी होती है. So normally when I buy Ferraris, I make it a point to buy one to open and one to keep carded, because the card art is also nice and everything is great.
Correct.
But अगर नहीं भी है दो तो यार अंदर वो खुराक होती है ना
हाँ.
कि यार I can't. You have to set it free. What we call in our community, let it breathe.
Let it breathe.
You know, it was designed to be played with. And now imagine we're driving this car, right?
Yeah.
How many horsepower is this car?
Must be like 150, 200, something like
Yeah,
that.
or whatever. But do we ever exploit it to its maximum?
Never.
No.
Yeah.
So I in fact want to do a movie about these cars where I want to give them life and say, ki, yaar, you were designed and born and bred to do this, but
you never
here
did.
you are in a country where you can rarely exceed the legal speed limit.
Correct.
And when you spend so much or a chunk of change on this thing, on a vehicle like this,
Yeah.
even if it is one of the most capable off-roaders, dude, you're never going to take it out.
Correct.
So,
Alright, brilliant. So now we are here at Throttle Shrottle.
yes, this is my favorite haunt ever since I moved to Gurgaon.
Yeah.
Biking culture, the community here,
Where
and
should we park?
यहाँ पे we have our own private parking.
Acha.
So we organize. In fact, we do a couple of meets over here.
Acha.
Our get together, the Hot Wheels collectors meet and scale model collectors meets.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of these events for bikers and vintage car, get-togethers and things like that. So we have all of these festivals going on here. You'll see some crazy stuff here.
Is that an RX 100?
That's an RX 100, the old Vespas, and look at the way that they lie.
Damn.
You know, there's some modified bullets here. You'll find everything that you won't find anywhere else. You'll find it here. Come inside.
So we have come to Throttle Shrottle.
Yes, at Throttle Shrottle.
Your hangout place.
My favorite hangout place, this side of
Gurgaon.
Delhi NCR. Delhi NCR. I'm gonna put it out there.
This is right at the border.
Yes, right at the border, and in fact, because it's on the Gurgaon Faridabad road, this is like you can say the highway for the bikers, because everybody Saturday morning, Sunday morning, if you come here, it's like a mecca for bikers. You have about 150, 200 bikers. They congregate here every Saturday after coming back from their rides, and it's like a melting pot or a meeting spot for all the biker community
It's
over here.
pet friendly also.
Yes. So we have a look. And they have a bunch of them. I think they've got about 9, 10 dogs here, their own. We've got a parrot here also.
That is really awesome. Huh?
That is really awesome. They have their own, what do you call these things? Yeah, they have this plant growth and all, I'm forgetting, terrariums.
Terrariums.
Yeah, so they have the terrarium making workshops here as well. There's a guy who comes, he'll teach you all about making terrarium. We've got a small little library there. You can get behind the DJ console, play your own music. I mean, where else can you sit next to a Harley Davidson? What is it, a fat boy or a bad boy or whatever it is? Yeah.
A
next to it,
Norton.
yeah. And or this is a 1941 Norton.
But this is amazing, like a lot of people think that, Throttle Shrottle is all about just bikers. There's a lot more to this place than...
Oh yes, it's about the community, you see, and also we have our get-togethers for our classic cars. Classic cars, we have a bunch of these guys and all. We keep doing events here for the HMSCI, the Hindustan Motoring Heritage, whatever it is, the club and all. They have that HMSCI club here. So we get a bunch of those guys coming here. We've got Mr. Dildeep Titus, who's one of the biggest collectors. Yeah. He comes here. Very down to earth guy. I mean, there's no other place where you can just go and meet people like this who are passionate and who know things about, cars and bikes and all, which are not going to be seen anywhere. I mean, I think he's one of the. I think he's got the only Minerva here, and Minerva as it is, I think there are only 3 or 4 in the world that are in existence, and his is in mint condition. So to get up close to people like this, to pick their brains and. Because he's a very busy person, he's a top corporate lawyer here. But to meet people like that and to meet other influencers, JS, then you've got that guy from XPHP, he also comes here, a lot of guys and all. So it's like a
big community.
Big community. A home away from home. You just keep meeting new people, you keep having new adventures. Even if it's not on a bike, it's just conversations. Trip down memory lane. We talk about times when 2-strokes used to rule the road.
Correct.
But now 2-strokes, riding a 2-stroke and riding a 4-stroke is very different. The new boys, they have no idea what a 2-stroke sounds like or how fast it is.
They've got a couple of 2-strokes outside.
They have a couple of 2-strokes, and I don't think you should show the viewers that particular the condition that they're in. But it just shows that when you have too much, the value sort of goes down a bit and all. And I think Diljit's workshop also here. He also has a couple of crazy bikes and master mechanic, as we like to call him. You want t-shirts printed, you want artwork done on your bike, you want engraving done on your bike and all. You want your bike fixed, come here. So the whole point is, come here, park your bike, you want to fix it yourself, go do it yourself, have a great meal, be in great company, and basically spend quality time. That is what is most important.
So Vineet, do you miss riding?
I miss riding. I really do miss the open wind in the hair experience that is there. It's definitely there, but I'm not even allowed to sit pillion or ride shotgun. Can't even do that. It's too dangerous unless I go and have the surgery. But it's too much.
Hey, it's okay. You found a new passion with your die-cast collectors club.
Yeah, one has to find ways of keeping alive.
Correct.
I think for us, all of that is important. Sometimes the value goes down. Like we were talking about, how is it to go and review cars and bikes? Would I want to do that now? I don't know. I have my own feelings. I have my own take on things and all. But is it what the public really wants to hear today?
Yeah.
True. That's also
all the manufacturers.
All the manufacturers. They don't. They're likely to take it with a pinch of salt and then say, "Yaar, agli baar isko nahi bulayenge."
Okay. So my final question to you, you've been a man who's worn many hats, all throughout your life. Where do you think the Indian media went wrong? Why is it bleeding right now the way it is bleeding? Be it maybe authority-wise, or even revenue-wise, they just have no answers for content creators or influencers. They just can't compete with them. Where do you think they went rogue or went wrong? Thanks.
Well, see, back then what used to happen is people would get the monies if you have the reach. And back then the media or the satellite channels had all the reach. They created their own influencers, all the anchors, people like us, a couple of other guys who were working for the major TV broadcasters. They were their superstars. But the minute they would leave that particular channel and go to some other channel and all, they would take the whole following there with them.
Correct.
Suddenly people would stop watching, because so what that showed us is that nobody really watched the channel, but they watched the influencer.
Yeah.
The influencer got smart. The influencer says, if I'm going to be making money for these guys, and these guys are going to take all the share of the sponsorship money, what's in it for me? So all the people, they went independent. And this is not only with respect to our auto journalists. This has happened across all major news channels also. If you see Tahir Shams, who's a very well-known crime reporter.
Faye D'Souza.
You look at the stuff, ever since he's moved out, he's got his own YouTube channel and all, and people watch him. Because they're used to him and they want him. Nobody would want to watch the channel where he's not there. So I think people have realized that. I don't think it's anything has gone wrong and all, but let's just say it's been evolution, where the media houses just don't have the reach anymore. People spend more time on YouTube because it's all changed to being content on demand.
What about credibility? You know, like we talked about like reach. ठीक है, reach होता है नहीं होता है. But what about credibility? You know, news channels, have they lost their credibility?
News channels have lost their credibility because they are only concerned with TRP. I mean, if you remember, abhi jo Operation Sindoor hua tha and all, I won't take the name of the channel, but people were reporting, oh no, our Navy's gone and bloody bombarded Karachi and done this and that, which was totally bullshit. It was absolute crap. But then when everybody's reporting the same thing, how do you ensure that you get more eyeballs than the other guy? Oh, this channel is showing this. The power of the remote is strong. If somebody else is telling me something, I'd rather go and switch that. And then people watch news now for entertainment, not for information. So credibility का जहाँ पे सवाल है and all वो खत्म है. कई लोग चिल्ला के बोलते हैं, I won't name again who. कई लोग बहुत आराम से बोलते हैं, you know who those people are. और कई लोग बड़ा चढ़ा के बोलते हैं. So this is all, अरे यार सब चलता है. But when you go to their YouTube channels and you go to independent influencers and things like that, their credibility is at stake. What they say makes them accountable. Correct. So they are very careful about what they say. Otherwise, sponsorship नहीं आएगी, पैसे नहीं आएंगे, views नहीं आएंगे.
I think more than sponsorships, money, views, I think कहीं ना कहीं, even for influencers, even for channels, your first customer, if I may say, was always the audience.
Always the audience.
Right? And कहीं ना कहीं अगर आप वो miss कर जाओ point,
right,
then you can do whatever.
Correct.
It'll never work.
But if somebody's subscribing to you or somebody's subscribing to me, then they're used to our style. They're used to the way that we say. They're used to the way that we're able to explain things and the meaning that we're trying to create out of nothing.
Correct.
At the end of the day, what is it? Our lives are meaningless and empty, and we are the meaning-making machines.
Correct.
We can give meaning to anything, we can discount anything, we can do whatever, and so we do these things just to give value to things that do not exist in our life.
Correct.
And so for all the audience also, they also look at, okay, I can vibe with this guy. What he says reflects a little bit of me, or I see a little bit of me in that particular person, and that is where you gain the audience retention. Comments aa jayenge, controversy create karo, the algorithm will pick it up. See, that's also the thing. It's not only about the content. It's about even if you've got shitty content, but if more and more people are creating, arguing on it and commenting on it, what happens? The algorithm will take that and it will push it. Even if that content is not something that you want, but if YouTube is suggesting it, you will watch it.
So you are somewhere or the other tied with the algorithm of
You are tied with the algorithm. In fact, I was consulting with another startup that was started by another bunch of friends of mine who were in the media, and they said, yeah, now let's shift to YouTube. We started 5 or 6 channels, and everybody was asked, yeah, kya karna hai? What do we want to do? The rest of the team, and everybody is like, no, we want to create great content. And then when my turn came, I said, look, good and great is always subjective. It's not universal. We can't say what is good, what is bad. My job here is to figure out how to understand the algorithm and make sure my content goes viral. Shitty, not shitty, does not make a difference. It is about figuring the algorithm. It's about making sure that the algorithm takes my content and pushes it up there. That is what is the key.
My final question to you, before we wrap this up, if you were given a chance right now to go back to any news channel of your liking,
right,
what would you do different than like a managing editor sitting there who's not able to?
Damn, you really know how to put me in a hot seat.
Come on, man, like you're the OG.
Well, having seen everything and all, but this could be controversial simply because it's like what is everybody else doing wrong, or what is it that I'm not doing? I would first of all try and understand the market, right, before even trying to take any kind of a decision and all, because at the end of the day, markets change, consumerism patterns change, the kind of people consuming your content changes. I would get into a 6-month thing with probably Ernst & Young or any one of these big companies and do a survey as to what are people watching, why are they watching, come to an understanding as to what kind of content will really sell with these people. and then give them something on top of that which they're not expecting. It's a research oriented thing. No one can say that this is right and this is wrong, because the right and wrong, like you rightly said, only rests with the audience. So to figure out the audience, what they want, whether they want to see, I don't know, something like, I could get maybe a transgender to come and do a show. Who knows? I can get anyone a thing and all that. If it's going to get me eyeballs, dude, I'm going to do it. We all remember Dinchak Puja, no matter what it was and how, whatever it was. But see, you remember that name. Everybody remembers that name.
We love to hate her.
You love to hate her.
Dilon ka shooter hai,
You
mera
see,
shooter.
now that's the thing about it, isn't it? So the times that we're living in, they're very frivolous.
Right.
Tastes don't last forever, but it's about how to constantly keep creating value. You have to figure out the audience, and that is what is important.
Brilliant. All right, Vineet, thank you so much for spending
On
the
that,
afternoon.
thank you
with
for
me.
taking the time out and coming to visit us and rekindling old memories. It's been fun, man.
I know, man. Like, it's been crazy.